It's Karsch and Anderson here on 97.1. It is a really busy day with the NBA trade deadline, which I thought was going to dominate the show, Scott. And then we had one story break and others start to percolate. The one that broke is the Framber Valdez signing with the Detroit Tigers, and we spent a lot of time discussing that. And the other story that's starting to percolate now, which is getting really interesting.
The artist renderings for the Tampa Bay Stadium?
No, are there artist renderings?
Yeah, for baseball. Yeah.
For baseball?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm started. I used to love artist renderings, and I still do, but I'm starting to sour on them.
There's not enough. There's only 2 pictures. It doesn't show enough. There's not enough of what we like to see in the artist renderings.
Which includes a mariachi band.
And, somebody playing a flute in front
candy.
of like 10 kids. Right, yep.
Well, you know this one's fake because there's like fans there.
Right in Tampa.
Wow. Creating unrealistic expectations that people want to go to Tampa games.
Yeah, they're wearing Ray's gear.
Yeah. Who does that? No, but there is another story percolating.
Yes, and that is from the Super Bowl. Jay Glazer, the Fox insider, was on the Yahoo Daily. I don't know if it's a podcast or a show or whatever, but it was Yahoo Sports Daily. And here's what Jay Glazer said regarding one Maxx Crosby. Okay. It sounded like it was like Jay Glazer after dark or something.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway.
He sounded so tired, and I saw the video too, and he looked like he was just beat. And he's dropping like this major bomb, and he's just like, looks like, he wants out. And the people that are like the interviewers are stunned. They're like, wait, but like before the draft,
right?
Yeah. Well, what kind of thing what kind of haul are we talking about here? Bigger than Micah. Like really? Yeah. Bigger than Micah Parsons. Now, just so people understand, the Micah Parsons trade, the Cowboys gave up the Packers gave up a 2026 first-round pick and a 2027 first-round pick, and also defensive tackle Kenny Clark.
Yep.
So they got 2 firsts and a pretty good defensive player. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I buy it that Maxx Crosby would get more than that. I think Maxx Crosby's really good. I think Micah Parsons is really good. And now Parsons is, unfortunately, he's recovering from an ACL injury. But prior to that, there was nobody more feared other than Myles Garrett as a defensive end than Micah Parsons. So, I mean, whatever it is, if it's a couple first-round picks, let's say that's the cost. I mean, that's what you're talking about, right? Would the Lions give up 2 first-round picks to acquire Maxx Crosby? They probably can't afford.
Should they? Yes. Can they? I don't know, because cap ramifications. They're already over the cap. And now you wouldn't be responsible for a signing bonus. So I'd have to go see right? Because that all gets accelerated and thrown on the Vegas cap.
Correct.
So what would Maxx Crosby's cap hit be in Detroit if you take the signing bonus out? Still 29, 30, 29, 26.5, 27.4. So you have to come up with massive cap space to make this work.
And
so,
okay, go ahead.
Well, and then the other thing is, well, you go ahead if you're still talking about Crosby.
Well, I was just going to say it's about priorities. I mean, I love Maxx Crosby, and he would be amazing to add to this team. Devastating for the defense if they had Crosby and Hutchinson. Of course, it'd be incredible, and it would take some of the burden off of the guys in the secondary, because now you got 2 Bears coming at you at all times, and they're very similar players. Their statistics are similar, but just looking at them, I mean, size-wise, they look very similar with their lean bodies coming at you. They're just, I mean, almost mirror images of each other. With the high motor that doesn't stop, that's both of these guys. That'd be great.
Right.
But when we talk about the priorities for the Lions and fixing things in the offseason, we weren't saying edge rusher that's going to cost you, $28 million against your cap on an annual. We weren't talking about that. We're talking about the center who plays for the Ravens Tyler Linderbaum, who, according to a rumor, the Giants are widely expected to target the Ravens star center, Tyler Linderbaum, in free agency, according to Connor Hughes, and that he's expected to make $18 million a year on his new contract.
So that's a story that's broken this hour. And would I rather have Linderbaum for $18 million than Crosby for $29 million? Probably, because Linderbaum comes with no draft picks going the other direction.
Mm-hmm.
And when you start getting into needing to clear $18 million worth of cap space as opposed to $29 million, that's like actual players.
That's like $11 million, Doug.
Thank you. You can actually restructure some contracts to help with that. But I think for me, it would be a no-brainer. I'd take Linderbaum over Crosby. But I feel like Crosby has been
that's the name, right?
The Detroit Lions fans' fantasy for a long time. And it'd be great, right? It'd be great. I don't disagree. But the cap number and that much money wrapped up in edge rushers and what else it would cost you is a high price to pay. So, to me, it's easy. Linderbaum over Crosby.
Yeah. And to me, it's easy, too. I mean, yes, it's enticing to think about a world where your defense is led by two edge rushers that get after you. I mean, now it's, okay, who's got the better edge rusher combo? Is it Detroit or Houston? You know, that both teams would be great if that was the case. I mean, that's the case now anyway with Al-Qadim Muhammad. So if you're telling me I can get Linderbaum and Al-Qadim Muhammad for the same price it would cost Maxx Crosby, guess what I'm doing? I'm going with the offensive lineman and trying to run it back with Al-Qadim. Now, Al-Qadim Muhammad may have priced himself out of what the Lions can afford based on what he did this year. We'll see where that goes.
Kang, do you have a thought on this?
Dude, I'm distracted by the shiny object. I'm not going to lie, man. I mean, if you had an opportunity to bring Maxx Crosby here, I'm not saying it's the most responsible thing to do. And obviously there's cap stuff, and I'm not Disney. I don't know how they rework this stuff. I know the cap went up, and they have to restructure this and do that. But if there was a chance, if that was taken care of, it's really hard not to these guys don't just become available. You know, something usually happens. Like with Micah, that whole thing broke down. Crosby doesn't want to rebuild again. I don't know, man. I'm definitely exploring it.
You know what that would tell me if they were in fact in on Maxx Crosby now that this news is breaking that Crosby is available or that he wants out of there.
According to Glazer, yeah.
Yeah, according to the Glaze. What it would tell me if the Lions were actually involved in it is that they trust Drew Petzing more than we'll ever know. To bring in this different offense, it's his offense he's bringing in, that it might be more run heavy, which means
going to scheme them up?
Yeah, that okay, we're going to protect our quarterback by the way that we run our plays, not necessarily by their personnel. You know what I mean? And that we can afford to add the shiny piece on defense, eschewing the serious need at safety and an offensive line at multiple positions. We're gonna beat the hell out of quarterbacks all season long, which would be a lot of fun for fans. Fans would be dying to see this. I'd be dying to see it. I couldn't wait for the defense to get on the field. I mean, which is a weird way to look at it because we're always looking for the offense, not the defense. I couldn't wait to see these guys get on the field if this were the case. I don't think there's a chance in hell that they're even entertaining this.
There's also something that I don't really love, and that is problems with these rumors because I don't want to create an unrealistic expectation. Clearing that much cap space isn't easy. A Crosby trade would include clearing all that cap space, which might mean cutting players, and a significant amount of draft capital going the other direction, then maybe even a player.
Yeah, it's the draft capital that's going to bother you, right? Because you have holes to fill on this team. This isn't a complete team that, boom, we'll just add this one piece and we got it. I mean, this is a team that might be looking at a huge opening at left tackle if Taylor Decker decides to retire. They already have a hole at center. You're not sure if your guards are the ones that you want to work with. You feel pretty good about one, but maybe not so good about the other. I mean, there's a lot to think about, let alone that you've got a safety that has this injury that may or may not have him fulfilling his contract. You've got another safety that who knows when he's coming back from an Achilles injury. You've got a tight end who's dealing with a back injury, and back injuries are tricky as hell. You don't know if he's going to be able to come back 100%, though you would expect him to. There's a lot of questions about this team that it's not like, oh, yeah, we'll just add Maxx Crosby. That doesn't solve any of them.
I'm not convinced that they can even clear the $18 million to go get Linderbaum, but, that's my fantasy.
Well,
I've been talking about it for weeks.
They can. It's restructuring contracts to make it happen, and that's where
It'd be hard.
That's where the brainiacs come into play.
It would be hard. It's Karsch and Anderson. We'll get to your phone calls and feedback on this. More Tiger talk as well. 97.1.